I'm Commodore Les Pataki. I was, and I still am, the Commissioning Commanding Officer of HMAS Anzac. Well, the significance in many respects was actually coming back here and meeting the commissioning crew, who many of which I haven't seen for the last 28 years. So it was very rewarding to come back to see them, and particularly because we worked so well together. We lived together for a year before we commissioned, and then 2 years on board together. And we turned out to be a well-honed, very, very competent crew.
My name's Vice Admiral Ray Griggs. I was the Commissioning Executive Officer of HMAS Anzac. Spent a good 12 months before commissioning, getting the ship ready to go to sea, getting the ship organised. We had to do a whole lot of things differently with the Anzac class, and that was one of the great challenges of standing by the ship prior to commissioning. I think my favourite story from those days was coming into work on the day of the commissioning to find that the duty watch had decided to paint the starboard waist the night before, and worrying how much paint was going to get on the shoes of all the VIPs that were traipsing over the ship that day.
I'm Able Seaman Electronic Warfare Melinda Luke.
And I'm Leading Seaman Bosun's Mate Claire Brown.
HMAS Anzac was my first ship to serve on, and the most memorable experience was doing Anzac Day at Singapore last year.
And for me, Anzac was my second ship that I've served in, and the most memorable experience for me was getting to visit Japan and South Korea and getting to serve with my best friend.
Good afternoon, I'm Captain Shane Craig, and I was very lucky to be a part of the commissioning crew of HMAS Anzac 3 as a sub-lieutenant, and most importantly I'm very proud of the fact that two of my children, Thomas and Timothy, both served in HMAS Anzac 3.
My name's Tim Craig. I was the flight commander on Anzac in 2020 and 2021. Deployed a couple of times and I have a few fond memories, but probably the most significant thing to me is serving on a ship that my father served on before me.
My name's Tom Craig, and I was the decommissioning flight commander, so I was flight commander in 2023, and that's probably the highlight for me, is that I was the decommissioning flight commander when my father served on it prior to that, and my brother before me.
Hey, I'm Wishy. I was the Able Seaman Medic on board HMAS Anzac in 2007. My greatest memory was working as part of the boarding parties in the Gulf and meeting all the international navies that we're working with, and all the great mates that I made when I served, and I'm hanging out with them today. Cheers.
Well, hello, I'm Commodore John Stavridis, currently Commodore training, and my story with Anzac started many years ago. After having completed a Principal Warfare Officer's course, I joined the ship back in 2000, then spent 4 years of my life as the Principal Warfare Officer, the TASO, and then followed by the Operations Officer. And that was under some pretty special people, and I really remember this ship as my learning ground for subsequent command. I initially started with Admiral Tripovich, and then Nigel Coates, and then finally with Pete Lockwood, having done a number of operational deployments with the ship. And then I think the stars aligned many years ago. I was fortunate to be commanding officer of HMAS Anzac in 2012 to 2013, and certainly one of my most memorable career highlights, again with a wonderful crew. And it's wonderful to be here on a glorious day in Fleet Base West to farewell HMAS Anzac. Thank you.
Good morning, my name's Andrew Hawke. I was very happy to be an officer watch in Anzac. One of my most enduring memories was water, fresh water. This was the first ship we could actually have Hollywood showers because there was no limitations on water, and that was fantastic.
I'm Commander Des Perros. I served in HMAS Anzac for 1 year for the Northern Trident 2015 trip, where we visited a number of countries in the Northern Hemisphere, particularly as part of the commemorations of the 100th anniversary of Anzac, where we were part of the sail past on Anzac Day as the sun rose for the Anzac Day centenary. Today I'm pleased to be here with many former shipmates and other people who served in Anzac to commemorate her 28 years of service in the Royal Australian Navy, and what a wonderful ship she was and what a contribution she's made.
I'm Commander Barton Harrington, and I was the last commanding officer of HMAS Anzac. I think the legacy really comes down to the people who served the country and ensured its security. These people will walk away with a sense of service that is hard to find anywhere else.